Is it weird that I can sit like this?
Like what? What are you sitting like?
Like, I don't know if like my nuts will show on camera.
Are you wearing a skirt? You just did that. I saw the outline of your nuts.
Dude, normal guys. Dude. Normal guys can't sit like this.
What? Like that?
Like this. Like this. Try it.
Like this?
Yeah, but
this is a stretch in soccer.
But have your knees touch the couch.
Oh no,
Like,
I'd have to lean back. I can do it if I lean back. I can't lean forward.
Whenever I go and work out, there's like certain poses where like some of the people are like, "What the fuck?"
You just do it perfectly.
Yeah, I'm like super flexible for some reason, but
you go to yoga every day?
No, I do yoga. Maybe
this feels good.
I try to do it once a week.
This feels really good.
Yeah, I like this. I like this setup for the Flycast better than any setup we've had.
This is great.
Because I feel, yeah, I bet it is great, isn't it? Are you real comfy over there? Yeah. Flycast episode 38. Welcome
40.
back. Is it 40?
Yeah.
Oh, it was 39.
Yeah, the last one was 39.
Episode 40. You know what I thought about before coming over here? It's like, I feel like every time, maybe it's because every time we do a Flycast, it's been like months that we haven't done one. You're always like, how you doing, man? But I've never asked you. Have I asked you, how are you doing? You know, sometimes I just want you to answer it like, you know what, man, I'm stressed.
It's definitely
and it'd make me feel better.
I mean, I am fucking stressed. It's definitely the busiest I've ever been in my life. Without it, by far the busiest I've ever been.
Creative director role.
Yeah, with all that stuff. Right now, my biggest, my like personal little passion project for OpTic is to like start reboot and relaunch the Spanish side. And I got to tell you,
really, you're in charge of that.
I got to tell you the hardest part about that,
huh? Dude, I don't fucking sit, huh? I don't know how I want to sit.
Just
fucking blankets fucking me up. What Spanish side? What's hard?
The hardest part about that is not speaking Spanish. That's got to be the hardest part.
Yeah, yeah, I could see that.
But yeah,
but that's actually
it's something
you're
that
doing.
Yeah, it's something that I've wanted to do for a long time.
Is it because you're a soccer fan?
Not really.
And soccer's like, I don't know. I think of Spanish when I think of soccer.
You do? Yeah, I guess I think of like. Yeah, I do think of Spanish, and I think of Mexico too. Like, I know Mexico loves soccer so much.
Is that something you wanted to do, or is like this has to happen?
No,
so it's like figure it out.
No, it's something that I brought to them. It's something that I've wanted to do for a long time. I always thought that whenever we had Mixwell, that like we could have done something there because like we have Hector, like that. I feel like that's such a big deal, and dude.
That audience is like the craziest supporters ever.
It is
like when they're down for something, they're down for something.
Yeah, I mean, so I've just been like researching, figuring out all the top esports teams in like Spain and in Mexico and in Latin America and stuff. And that's been really cool. And then I'm trying to figure out how we can use the OpTic model and to like branch into like Spanish content because we have Sebas, we have George, we have Hector, we have Toombs. Me. We have, and Shotzi kind of, Shotzi said, I can understand 30% of it. And I was like, really? That's better. That's more than me.
That's enough, man.
So I think it's just too big of an opportunity to not try it. And, so that's what I've been working on right now.
There's so many Spanish like soccer players or something that I'm like, no, I never heard of. Like I know I've heard of like Ronaldo or like the biggest names.
Yeah.
But it'll be like some random guy and he has like 80 million followers. I'm just like, what the
oh yeah. It's the biggest this is the biggest sport in the world.
Yeah.
By far the biggest sport.
Yeah.
I love it. The World Cup's coming up too. You gotta watch the World
Is
Cup.
the regular? I don't even know how soccer works. Is there one league?
No, there's that.
Like, there's not an NFL for soccer.
No, there's a bunch of different NFLs.
Okay.
It's pretty crazy. So there's the top league in Spain, the top league, the top league, the top Spanish league, the top European league, the top French league. You know what I mean? And those are like considered the cream of the crop leagues, are all those leagues over there.
Now, how much viewership do say like the Spanish league? Like, is their viewership crazy?
Yes.
Like, is there viewership for just the? God, I like
just the regular season matches.
Yeah, is that more than like our NFL?
Yeah,
like by far.
Yeah.
Do you think a regular match for the Spanish soccer league? I bet people who know about this, they're like cringing. They're like,
I mean, that's just. But
do you
people
think their regular season matches are like our Super Bowl as far as viewership?
I'm not sure. I can look it up. But dude, the World Cup final is. I want to look that up. It's soccer viewership, or I guess football.
What's the World Cup compared to? What's under the like the most viewed events ever? I guess World Cup's number one.
Yeah.
I wonder what's number two. I wonder what like the list of most viewed events are. Like I wonder if it goes World Cup and then it just drastically drops to like number 2 Super Bowl.
So the World Cup final got 500 and around, I guess on
Don't
average,
say
like
million.
540 million viewers. For the
dude,
and the Super Bowl got 140. To put it into perspective.
Okay, I guess it's not. It's not as bad as I thought it was.
Still like four times as much.
That's still crazy.
But I mean, that is the biggest. I wonder where like the Olympics like stack up. Like, what are other like?
I don't know if Olympics. If I feel like no one gives. Ever since Usain Bolt retired, like no one gives a fuck no more. Like there was Michael Phelps, there's Usain Bolt. You don't really.
I wonder if it's different. I mean, it definitely is different in different countries, but I wonder if it's like some like countries just go ham for the Olympics. Like they just love it. I bet you there's some people out there.
Soccer's weird to me because maybe it's just growing up in the United States or like Maryland, West Virginia area. Like no one played soccer. Or
really?
I mean, people played soccer, but like I didn't know of them. And like there was like football and basketball, and those were like, I guess the popular kids, but like no one talked about soccer, no one watched soccer. So I'm just like so surprised that it's so big, but I guess literally everywhere else in the world, soccer's the thing.
Yeah, the same way that's what I try to explain to, because I have a lot of like English viewers like from that whole area, and I try to explain to them like
UK.
Yeah.
Do you make fun of their breakfast?
All the time.
I do.
Yeah, all the time.
Like if you can go on with it. I was gonna dive into like me
shitting on the UK. I try to explain to them like the way that they have like, because they have like little futsal courses or like courses like fields or pitches, I don't know how to call it, and then they have soccer fields everywhere. Like the same way you guys have that, we have basketball goals everywhere. And like so do you know what futsal is? It's like it's like soccer with a heavier ball on like concrete, and then there's like and then there's like goals on that.
Aren't they like mini goals?
Yeah, tiny little goals. And it's like, so you can be technical and like you know, play with the ball and stuff, and they're everywhere in the world.
Really?
But here I had to Google where the nearest one was.
Wait, isn't there one right across from us?
No. No, that's just an indoor field. So that has like turf and stuff.
No, but there's like literally right across.
Oh, outside?
Yeah, outside. Yeah. There's like a
that one's on grass.
I went over there. Oh, it's on grass.
Yeah, I tried to get into that, but they padlock it.
Yeah, I walked over there just being a weirdo. It was I'm just walking around on grass and shit.
I did too.
And I was like, "What the hell is this thing?" It's like a little soccer field,
indoor field. Yeah, an indoor outdoor field. But I try to
It's
explain
outdoor, but like, what is it, like caged up?
Yeah, it's caged. We would have to we'd have to Google where the nearest like place to play. I mean, there's a bunch of outdoor fields, but those outdoor fields are also used for like American football or like other stuff. And like also, in order to find a game, in order to watch a soccer game that's not an MLS game, like the English league, the American league, dude, it's like impossible.
You said to find one?
To find one.
Like
to watch one. Like some people are like, what's your favorite championship team or team from the championship, which is like the second division, and it's still extremely popular.
The second division
in England. Okay. So it's like, you know, like if Manchester, you've heard of Manchester United. They're like, if they're like the Yankees of that, then there's like teams that still a bunch of people watch that are kind of equivalent to like how FC Dallas is here. So a bunch of people still go, but if I wanted to watch one of those games, I wouldn't even know how to find it. Like you'd have to Google it or rip it from a stream or something.
But if you're in like another country, it's just like boom on TV.
Yeah, and so like people are like the same way we talk about basketball. It's like, man, the Lakers didn't make it this year. Yeah. Man, like Kyrie's playing his heart out. That's how they talk about soccer all the time.
We're just like, you want to come over watch the game?
Yeah, like we can't even find unless it's like.
Would you be watching the hell out of it if you could find it?
It's hard to keep up. It's hard to keep up because. So like there's club soccer and then there's nation soccer. So club soccer, it's like that's when it's like Ronaldo plays for, you know, Manchester United, and then so there's Manchester United.
Bro, this shit's confusing.
It's so confusing. Then Manchester United will play in their regular season, but they'll also play in a separate tournament where they play against all the teams, and that's called the Champions League. But Ronaldo's also playing for Portugal at the same time. It's literally
Is this nonstop. Like 3 different like parts of the year?
No.
Or is he on 3 teams at once, just flying everywhere?
It's he's on 2 teams, but in like 4 different competitions at once. So he'll play in the World Cup qualifier, then he'll play in the World Cup, then he'll play in the Champions League, then he'll play in the regular, European League, just regular season.
Is there a season for soccer?
Yeah.
Like Ronaldo gets a break? Or is he just always playing soccer somewhere in some league? And
I'm sure it just seems like they're always playing. I'm sure there are breaks, but it's not like an off season like we have or like our sports have. Dude, I looked it up in the Champions League final, that is like the Super Bowl. It's like the biggest clubs in the world, and whoever wins. Last year got 700 million viewers.
More than the World Cup?
More than the World Cup is what this article says.
Dude, 700, that's almost 1/7 of the planet. That can't be right. I mean, like 700 mil. Say, how many people do we got? Like 7 bill?
I don't
8 bill?
Couldn't tell you.
It's probably like 1/10 of the population.
How many?
I don't know. I failed algebra too.
I'll just look up world population. It's so funny we got from this. We're just talking about.
Oh yeah, what are you gonna do with you want like more Spanish creators?
8 billion. Yeah, I would say so.
8 billion.
I would say Spanish. I mean, it would be cool to tap into like the actual space, but also just kind of utilize just the outreach that OpTic has towards Spanish speaking countries. Mm-hmm. Plus, I think it'd be cool to like, because I want to make it where our audience can also watch. So like if we do a trivia video or something with Hector and Toombs and we translate it in English, then like like put English subtitles at the bottom. Like our audience could still watch it and get like a lot of entertainment out of it, but also it's made for that scene. I'm excited about it.
When you look at what you're doing for OpTic now, are you thinking like 20, 30 or like 10 to 20 years down the road, like where like this is only going to keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and it's like, how can we?
Yeah.
I'm
but right now I'm kind of thinking 5 years down the road. Just because,
so you're not Elon Musk, because he's thinking 48 years down the road.
Well, I'm still trying to get over the last 3 years. Last 3 years have been fucking hell. So like now that we're finally moving forward, that's dope. But I don't want to get like too overwhelmed. I'm still in like fixing mode, kind of.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of like hey, like, thank you guys for supporting us while we went through hell. Mm-hmm. We're going to try to get everything back on track. And then once everything's back on track, then I'll start looking like 10 years down the line.
It seems like I guess it wasn't too long ago that like, I guess this was kind of like a shit show. Like, I guess it's sort of just recently changed. Yeah. But I was in my own fucking universe.
Yeah.
And I was with the Mutineers at one time. So I wonder when I was with the Mutineers, like what was going on? Like I wonder if like, I don't know like what was going on, but
dude,
as far as OpTic, the Infinite back to Hex to OpTic to all that transition.
Infinite to Energy,
because I went
to
from, we were OpTic, then we moved here, then it was like Infinite OpTic, then Immortals OpTic. And then no OpTic. Damn, there really wasn't because I went straight from Immortal OpTic to Mutineers.
And I went from Immortal OpTic to the Huntsman.
Yeah.
And then you came onto the Huntsman, then he got OpTic back. Then you disappeared. And then the OpTic, whenever you disappeared and we had OpTic, it still wasn't OpTic. It still wasn't OpTic.
Yeah.
I mean, it was, but it would like, we couldn't move forward because it was still just Hector doing everything. And there was all this other shit happening that like they had to figure out. So then it is OpTic. And then the merger happens. So now we're finally on an even playing field with everyone else. It's like, that's what's happened in 3 years.
I feel like I hear the term fake money thrown around all the time. It's like, how do some of these other orgs have... Is it like they just get lucky with a multi-millionaire or billionaire investor?
Yeah.
And to where he's like, well, I won't even really notice if this 50 mil's gone.
I don't know if it's like that, or it's like how, like who's willing to take a risk on what, what
because I feel like if I was an I don't know, maybe I just see it because I'm in OpTic, but I feel like OpTic, FaZe, and maybe the 100 Thieves are like, I feel like that's the only like orgs I'd hear about. But I'm also not into like PC games, so I'm sure like TSM or like
it just depends like it depends on your lane. Like if you love like League of Legends
in my lane right now, all I see is OpTic, FaZe, and 100 Thieves.
Yeah. See,
but I'm sure in other lanes, all they see is TSM, Cloud9, and
that's your
Sentinels.
Space. That's like your space. It all has to, because like there are people in LA. There are people in LA who are in the gaming space and never even heard of OpTic. They've heard of 100 Thieves. They've heard of OTK. They've heard of Offline TV, and like that's their whole.
Wait, what's OTK?
OTK is like Rich Campbell, Jay Schlatt, like
Rich Campbell.
That whole
sounds
scene.
Familiar.
Like, yeah, he used to be a Call of Duty caster, and then he went content creator, and he blew up.
Really?
Yeah.
I gotta fucking Google him.
See, and you never heard of OTK? See, that's wild.
Really?
Yeah, that is crazy, and it's the same type of thing.
Where if like someone didn't hear of OpTic, I'd be like, huh?
You're like, you never heard of OpTic?
Then like if someone says they're like into gaming or like they're in the esports scene and they haven't heard of OpTic, I'm like, yeah. So you're not really in the esports scene.
Yeah. But they could just be like a StarCraft. They love StarCraft. Yeah. And it's like, we've never even touched that community. Or they love Super Smash Brothers. Like, say the Smash scene, never heard of OpTic. I remember like talking with Mango way back in the day, and I was like, yeah, I work for OpTic, thinking he was going to be like, oh shit. And he was like, that's cool. Yeah. And I was like, wait. And then I have to like show him Nadeshot, show him Seth. Like, no, like, look, like these, trust me. It's
like,
it's
I
a
work
big
with
deal.
These guys.
And he's like, oh shit. And that's like, I don't know, that's how it goes in kind of gaming in general.
Yeah.
But
what was the house I went to? One of my friends was on some org. I don't know if it was like, it might have been TSM, but I was just like in LA and I like visited his house, and it was like a gaming house for like TSM PC players. I don't know what they played.
Yeah.
But they were all like Korean, and it was just like a totally different like
atmosphere.
Vibe. Like I don't know what they're playing, like never heard of them, but it's like they are huge.
They're huge. That's how, I mean, Paige talks about it all the time because she used to work where she came from.
She was like, I love them.
I love them. So
she was like, but they didn't speak English. Then I'm like, how the fuck did that work?
She was the team before she
was
did
like, they
this.
were so sweet. I love them. Well, but they didn't speak English. So it's like, so were they nice to you?
Before that, she moved up in energy. She was the team manager for the Shock. So they're all Korean. Like,
think of all of Paige's. Think of her family, her friends. How the fuck did she get? She's like here? I want to say from LA, but she's from the Bay.
Yeah.
Like how the fuck did she? Like I think she's told me before, but it's just like crazy that she landed in the gaming world and even like chose this route.
Yeah, she chose the OpTic route.
Yeah,
because she was thinking
chose to move out here.
Yeah, she was thinking about going to like the Lakers, I think, because she had a job. She had a job lined up with the. I could be bullshitting, but I believe she told me she was going to do something with the Lakers, or she could always do something with Selena. But she was like, when she first moved out here, she was like, oh, I like how you guys like work, because Roger picked her up from the airport. And she was like, that's just so cool that like you're so personable to pick me up from the airport. And shout out Roger. Thank God he picked her up from the airport.
Paige is the best pickup OpTic's had since fucking.
Might be the best pickup in esports. There's not a Paige anywhere else. I mean, there probably is, but not like Paige. Ain't nobody fucking with Paige, and she's doing all this on one leg right now.
Yeah, she's the goat. She's such a different because she's. I feel like all of us gamers in OpTic are like kind of similar in a way of like not antisocial, but like we don't walk in a room like, hey, hi, thanks. And she like came into our space and like brought that energy. And it was like we went to, what is it called? PFL, Pro Fighting League last night.
Oh yeah, what was that?
And she's just like meeting all the like owners. And hi, and she's like, and they're like, which one's Paige? Or like, were any of you Paige? She's like, yeah. And it's just like, wow, this is like a totally different, type of personality to be in OpTic, I guess.
Yeah, especially for like, wait, do you have a sister? You do have a sister.
Yeah, I have an older half sister.
Yeah, how I see it is like. The way that a lot of us interact with her is like, I feel like it's like for those of us that have never had sisters, that's kind of like what it's like. But like, I guess one that's like I don't know, one that like you could. I'm sure like there's brothers and sisters that like get on each other's nerves, but it's not like that. It's more of just like somebody that you're just like, hey, I need help with this. She's like, okay, I can help you.
I know if I'm like. For some reason, I feel like she's turned into the person where if it's like, if I'm depressed or MaNiaC, I'm tired of fucking you talking about fucking depression. But if I'm like depressed or like whatever, and I'm like, I should like get out of the house, like I know I can like go to Paige's apartment.
Oh yeah. Or like be like, hey, what do you guys want to do? And she's always down.
Yeah, she'll like. Like,
how was
you text her and say "Ma," she's like, "Yeah." Oh my God.
I love your Paige voice. Yeah. How was the fighting thing?
We got to see someone knocked out.
Damn.
So it's. Were you on OpTic or did you go with us when we went to some MMA fight out in
Chicago?
But we had like it was like shitty seats. Like
Holly Holmes was there. Yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah. I was there.
Yeah, but this time we were like front row, so it was like when they kick, like you hear the thump or like the smack, and it was like damn, like it was like seeing a street fight to where you're like, oh shit, like damn, this looks like it hurts.
Yeah,
but you're seeing that fucking up close and professional fighters. It's fucking crazy, man, and they're all fucking saying to me, I can see you in there sometime. I'm like,
you're like, fuck
I would like. These guys are fucking barbaric animals.
And that's not MMA. That's like it's like called what, pro fighting league, right?
Yeah. I guess it's like a step under
like
UFC or whatever.
Yeah. UFC, sorry.
What I would dude, some of the like they'd be like in a clinch, like holding each other, and like one of them would just knee the other person's knee, and I'm like, God, like that would, like, getting kicked in your knee, like it feels like such a, like, not sensitive, but like that's just not a place you want kicked, and like bends your leg weird, and it's like, how do they feel? Is their body just fucking
dude
sore as fuck after a fight?
Like when you go after
what does it feel like?
I've always wondered how do they train, like I know you can work out your muscles, get your muscles bigger, get them leaner, get them stronger, but how do you work out your bones? Like, I
think it's just like sparring, fighting, getting thrown around. Like, dude, I guess your body just,
like, your bones are gonna, like,
drink milk.
I guess they just drink milk every morning.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess your body just starts getting used to fucking, like, some people kick bamboo trees, like, which are like some strong ass trees, and I don't know. But there's like videos of like taekwondo fighters who they like punch and kick. Like they just like practice to like toughen their shin up. They like practice kicking bamboo trees. I mean, that's sort of like old school. But even like sometimes they'll kick each other in the face, like, what? And they'll like front kick you, like fucking toe, like aren't you afraid of like breaking your fucking toe? Like, they just don't give a,
Yes, I am scared.
But I guess if they'll trade a broken toe to break someone else's nose.
Dude, what a life.
And they just get off on that stuff.
What a life. So, I mean, you got to think that the top 1% of people that do this are actually doing this for a full-time job. So there's a bunch of people out there that just
not making shit, but just love it.
Train their ass off. And they're working, you know, like a corporate job, or they're working, you know, a retail job. And then at nighttime, they just go and beat the fuck out of somebody.
There was, I think Joe Rogan interviewed a guy who worked full-time as a farmer.
Okay.
Which is like a hard labor job, hard fucking long days, like whatever farmers do. I kind of have an idea because I grew up in West Virginia for a while, but he was a full-time like farmer, and he like fought as well, and like he did that for years and years and years before he like ever started making money. Then he got like good, and then he went like pro or whatever, and then he could finally like stop farming, or like at least hire someone else to do his farming.
Crazy.
And it's just like, I guess people really love this shit, but like, I don't know, it was never like a inclination of mine to start doing that. Like, that's like, it's like not a normal outlet to choose. Just fucking getting into a fist fight,
into a ring.
And there's like bare knuckle brawls. Have you ever seen those on YouTube? Where it's just bare knuckle. Like, it's a MMA fight, but they're just bare knuckle.
Oh, it's like regulated.
But they're everything? Like, it's not like there's like a, well, a lot of time it'll be like on the dirt in like a backyard, and they'll do some ghetto circle around it. And it's
but it's like regulated. It's not like the Kimbo Slice days where there's just two guys in a backyard.
No, it's regulated.
Oh, okay.
Like, there's like a ref, and there's it's like a circle area, and it looks like they're in the UFC, but they're just bare knuckle, and like the punches just sound like they hit so different with that shit. And it'll have like 40,000 views. Or like 10,000 views. And I'm like these guys,
they're just doing it for the love.
Yeah, they just fucking love it.
Dude, that is...
What I wanted to say earlier, this is completely random, but how are we talking about, like, how did Paige land in this space? I don't want to say the name. Well, I'll say the name. Maybe Matt can cut it out. But Ellie, isn't it crazy how this guy that's going to be, like, I don't know, are we going to announce him or something? Like,
I think he's just going to work with he'll probably announce.
So it doesn't.
It's not a
it doesn't matter if we're gonna get this guy Ellie from Canada. He's gonna move down here, and he's like I guess like a photographer.
He's like an all around creative.
All around like
he's being hired as a photographer, but he's more of just like a
make shit look dope.
Make OpTic
in
dope.
all aspects.
Yeah,
probably even like clothes. Like I told him like.
Yeah.
Like, yo, you got to help me out with some clothes. Like,
yeah.
because he's always swaggy. But it's like he had offers from like, I feel weird like telling other people's business like this. But he had offers from like Yeezy.
Yeah.
And like some other shit like that. And that we're going to like pay him crazy. But it's like he, for some reason, is like falling into our gaming space.
I think Paige does a good job of like talking about how dope this is, which I think it's real. I think what we do is super dope, and I think
I'm like scared of Paige to stop thinking it's dope and like go back to LA.
Oh, it's terrifying.
Terrifying. We can't have that.
But it's like if
Hex used to be the glue, Paige is the glue.
like I think this is like I think what we do is really dope, and I know that there are a few people out there. I love it when they can see the potential, like of what we can do. Like every once in like because we've been running on fumes for like 2 years, and so I feel like people have gotten used to that, but like now that we aren't, it's gonna get I think it's gonna get crazy, and I'm so excited about it. But like we're hiring more people that have the same vision that we do, and we got Austin in the office. We got
Charleston.
We got Charleston, both Austins. I mean, we've and then Ellie's coming, and we also have like other people coming, and it's like that's so. I mean, that's really especially people that understand the space. Austin's been working. He was in SOAR. He's been working.
He has a hoodie signed by Formal.
Does he?
Yeah, I think Paige told me that he was wearing it in the office.
Oh no! Yeah, we have to talk to him.
And I was like, people. First off, if I had something signed, like I'm probably not wearing it.
Probably not gonna wear it.
But I told that to Hex, and Hex was like, "What do you fucking mean? I'd fucking." It's like if Virgil Abloh signs your shoes, like, and you really want to flex, you wear them. And I'm like, well, I wouldn't. Like if
I wouldn't either.
Like looked up to someone and got their autograph, like I'm not fucking wearing that.
Yeah,
but it is kind of funny though.
If I got like a guitar signed by I don't know, like John Frusciante or something, or like I would not play it.
Yeah.
It would sit there for the rest of ever.
Yeah, it was funny because she like specifically told me that Formal signature was on there. He was just wearing it.
That is hilarious.
I don't know if I met him before, but he's just gonna be like another editor.
Yeah, just all around producer.
Yeah. Producer, whatever.
Shoots, edits, helps with creative, and he used to work. He worked at Scuff for a long time, so he did all the photos and the videos at Scuff. Nice. So he knows the space. And then Ellie worked at TikTok, and so he knows the whole like vertical space really well.
I'm talking to him about like getting a place, but also Paige, Roger, and Ellie were like talking about getting a place, and I was like, man. What about me?
What about me?
But he could potentially.
Damn, the team house.
Potentially, yeah.
The OpTic
team house. Me, Roger, Paige, and Ellie. They're just like, what? No, there's not going to be any content coming out of there. But I look at it like there's a side of me or there's something they all have that I don't have. And I'm like, I want to like surround, like, sort of like in a businessy way.
Oh yeah,
or it's like they plan shit, they write shit down, they fucking have shit organized. And I just think like for me, it might be good to like live with people like that,
to be in that environment.
Yeah. Even though I like living by myself because I can do whatever the fuck I want to do. You'll never go back to living with people, huh?
Nope. Not unless she's redheaded. No. I'm good.
Yeah. I kind of felt like that for a while too. But now that I've been single for a little bit, I'm like, you know what? This ain't like having a girlfriend. I love having my own place, but like not having a girlfriend, and I don't think I'm gonna have a girlfriend for a long time because I feel like there's just like I'm at a place right now where it's like, all right, I need to like really
You're at your sexual peak.
No.
Oh, sorry. What were you saying?
Like business wise.
Oh, business
I'm
wise.
like, all right. I'm like totally free. I have free time. I can do like what am I gonna do?
What's your next step?
Yeah. Let's figure out. I don't know. Figure out something for me.
Yeah.
And yeah, I feel like just this particular time in my life is like I really need to figure shit out.
Yeah.
And,
but I mean, I think you're on the right track. We've already talked more about like cool shit that you want to do and like
ever.
Yeah, than ever.
I made more
besides like vlogs and stuff back in the day.
Yeah,
you would plan vlogs out.
Drugs are fucking. I've literally like I sat my camera on my kitchen counter because I it's like those nightly motivated, like how you always get motivated when it's fucking when you're about to fall asleep.
Yeah.
And I always think like, God, I feel like I have so much to like ramble about. Like I don't know, just like stuff that I feel like I could talk to the camera and like the gaming community or like my audience would enjoy. Like I've thought about it multiple times, but I'm like, do I want to do it like that, or do I want to make a dope series like what you said earlier of like record all these videos, figure it out. Like I want to plan it out. I want to organize it, but it's like I've been just a fucking crackhead that I never dove into something like this. Like I don't know. It's like, where do I start?
Yeah.
Because I'm not trying to record myself and like edit it myself and do all that. So it's like I need to figure it out, because that was also like old school ways of doing it. Now it's like you don't really see a banging video or like a popular creator or an idea that's really booming without it. Like there's a cameraman, he's fucking following. There's a dope editor that knows what he's fucking doing.
Yeah. There's some people out there.
Yeah. I mean, there's definitely, yeah.
But then there are Mr. Beast type.
But for like I guess for my vision, I see it as like I need a cameraman, I need an editor. And I don't know. I'm just trying to.
I think you want to make like a production though. That's how I see it, at least.
What do you mean by production?
Like the fitness thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you want to make like I
want it to be almost vloggy.
Oh, do you?
But not vloggy, but like there's going to be times where, you know, I'm going to get in my little rants about like this and that. And there might be a time where I'm like, all right, just give me the camera. I'll give it to you tomorrow morning. And like, I'll maybe sit down with the camera. But I want it to be just like just look as like, I guess, professionally made as I can.
Okay. So you don't want to do like you don't want to emulate like a Insanity or something.
No, fuck no.
Okay.
No, is that what you think?
That's what I was thinking.
Do you think that would work?
I think it would work.
Yo, let me know in the comments below. Would me doing something like a P... I don't want to fucking do that.
P90X?
Yeah, like me in front of the fucking camera, like, come on.
That's what I was thinking, like, you'd be like...
I don't want to do that.
Oh, okay, then don't do that.
Yeah, no, I don't want to do that. But
you do need... I think...
I feel like there could be certain episodes in the series that could be like that.
Yeah.
I also the gym I go to, Karma Fitness, I'm gonna get one of the instructors to like lead a full like hour full body workout for like maybe one episode a week or something, maybe to like end the week on. It's gonna be like a full body workout instructor, and then like, you know, I'm gonna be on camera, but besides that, it's gonna be, I think, like shorter videos. I mean, probably over 10 minutes just to get the, you know, more ads. No, I'm kidding. But like, it's not going to be that long of videos. I think it's going to be, I'd say anywhere from like 8 to 15 minutes.
You're calling it shit to fit?
I want to, but I stole that from a YouTuber. But it's so perfect of a name.
Shit to Fit is so good.
Yeah, I really like that name. But I could probably. I don't think he has like a series on it. So I might be able to steal it.
Yeah,
he's just like set it in a video. I've also stole my outro. People don't know that.
Who'd you steal it from?
This guy Christian Guzman. It was like, guys, what was my YouTube outro? I keep wanting to say, if you enjoy the stream, support the stream,
because you only stream now.
Yeah, because I only stream now. What the fuck was my outro? Like, comment, subscribe. It really does help the channel grow.
Yeah.
And something. But I heard him say that one time, and I was like,
he's like, that's mine.
Yep. Really I'm gonna be using that now. Did you enjoy the vlog,
dude? The vlog days, man.
Those were some good. It's weird how
it was the
would
meta.
Those kind of vlogs work now though?
No.
Well, no.
They wouldn't.
We just don't live in the same environment.
I don't think anybody really does. I mean, they just got so oversaturated. I think vlogs were like, now it's like you have to have a purpose for every video.
Yeah.
If you want to vlog like that.
Yeah. People are like, man, you should vlog. No, it doesn't matter if you don't. You're hilarious. But it's like, I can make one of those videos, but it's like, then what? I'm gonna make the same
type of video.
Like my videos are my days are pretty fucking similar. Like there's not.
Yeah,
there ain't much new shit. Like it's not like I'm the fucking Nelk boys going out to this club in Miami, club in Miami. Fucking I don't think vlogs are.
It's just wild that we got to live through that. I mean, like,
and a lot of people were doing those type of vlogs. Like,
dude, there were so
everyone was trying. Everyone wanted what camera should I get? The Sony Mark IV or the what A7X or
the like daily A7S. The daily vlogs were like the meta in like 2014, 2015. That was what people did. Like they watched Casey Neistat, they watched like Fun for Louie, they watched all these dudes that like vlogged or Jesse Wellens.
Yeah,
they literally that was the shit.
When you watch other people's vlogs and they like have certain shots of like walking away or like something like that, do you always think like
nowadays? Nowadays I'm like, okay,
yeah, I like it.
That was 2014 in my opinion. That's how I see it.
But I just look at it now, knowing they sat the camera there, then they walked back, and then they started walking towards the camera, so it like ruins the shot for me.
Yeah, no.
But maybe if you never dove into this space, you would be like, you wouldn't even think about it like that.
Yeah,
you're just like, oh, dope shot.
You wouldn't like really think. I mean, I'm sure everyone understands that that's what happens, but until you sat the camera up, hit record, walked away, walked back, got the camera to hit unrecord,
Bro,
and then went to the next.
I used to love watching you do that.
Oh,
like,
dude,
go to set up a
shot.
Yeah. You like set it up. We'll get in the Jeep. You know, like back out somewhere in the driveway. Then
stop at the end of the driveway, and run back up. Dude, those were the. It was fun. It was fun to be in the YouTube scene during that time. Like, even like
it's crazy the views we get on some of them,
dude. Because like when I first started watching YouTube, the meta was live commentaries. You play a video game and you talk over it, and that was like different level of content that had ever been made in like human history, in my opinion. Yeah. It's just like I'm watching Hutch play Modern Warfare 2 and he talks about, you know, something random, like literally something completely random, but it's just over Modern Warfare 2 gameplay, and it's like I fell in love with that shit, and that blew up. And then it wasn't until
I think I made a few of those
live com. I'm sure everyone did.
Like only like one or two though, and I think it like actually like went really well. And I was like, you know what, this might be my thing, but Lord knows what fucking happened. And then I just stopped. Dude, fucking everything.
That was like even before face cams, and then I remember face cams came into play. Like CNANer started doing face cams, and then I was like, oh. And then then streaming comes in. That's just like, and I missed all those waves of actually doing it, but like the vlog, like I actually vlogged. Yeah. And like I watched vlogs.
Yeah, we were in it. We were in it at
crazy.
its peak.
That was, dude, those days were so wild. That OpTic run, I think that's the crazy. I mean, obviously I'm biased
As fuck.
but that run from like 2013 to 2017 is crazy. That OpTic run is like Nate Shot comes out of that. Seth comes out of that. We break crazy viewerships in Black Ops 2, and then the 2 X Games gold medals, and then we win a CS major. Like, there's a bunch of shit that
Smooth
happened.
comp. Like, just on some different shit.
Two big, huge houses like that are like staples, you know, in like COD history.
That people literally like go, like, if they're from that area, like they'll like visit the house or like go.
House. I think, I mean, it's just crazy. But like I said this a while ago, I think nostalgia is kind of scary to me. Like when people think, I don't want people to see the OpTic logo and be like, man, that's nostalgic. And I feel like, you know, because of the past 3 years, we scarily like flirted with that line. But now coming back to it, now that we have more teams and we have like,
because if something's nostalgic, it's like it's no longer
It's no longer
a thing.
I don't want OpTic to be nostalgic.
Yeah,
you know, even though there's a lot of nostalgia from different moments. The same way that like the FaZe like New York house and stuff, I'm sure is nostalgic for a lot of people because a lot of content came out of that house. But FaZe as an org is not a nostalgic, or like they're crushing. You know what I mean?
Damn, OpTic almost was. And I think right now we're at the best state we've been in a long time. What would be amazing is if Hex sat down with someone from Infinite and was like, or maybe not even Hex, because I feel like Hex would be biased, but if someone could sit down with someone from Infinite and be like, what was happening behind the scenes? Like,
I'd watch it.
Because I don't think anyone really knows. Like, as far as like, you know, people basically threw all the blame on Jay. So it's like, I kind of want to sit down with Jay, or I don't want to sit down with him just because I wouldn't want to do that. Yeah. I mean, I don't have anything against Jay, but it's just like, I would like to watch someone else sit down with Jay and just have Jay do like a tell-all. Yeah. And be like, what happened?
Well, the thing.
And be like, okay, so all the content creators, whatever, the producers, they were all saying like, okay, we need to do this and that. Is it true you guys weren't listening to them at all? And like hear some truth about like what the fuck?
I bet you a lot of the stuff that he would say would make sense, because I mean I think he got put in a bad spot. I mean, yeah, he chose a side in a sense.
He chose a fucking side,
but like he was put in a really rough spot. Yeah. But a lot of people in Infinite were. A lot of people were put in a rough spot because, dude, the OpTic part aside, they were just chucking money at the wall. Like there were so many side companies, the same way that OpTic, it was Infinite, and OpTic was seen as like one little branch of Infinite, and then there were like 40 others. And the only one that like succeeded was called Engage, and that was what built the esports stadium. Like Corey and them like built the esports stadium, and then they did their own thing, and then that's when like esports stadium Arlington became a thing. And then 2 years later, we have it again. It's so weird. Like this whole, it was definitely a weird time.
Yeah, there's no way any other org went through that, or like.
No,
the crazy
shit.
Has ever like talked about
the crazy shit is everyone, or like not everyone, like there's a group of people that like blame Hex for that whole thing, and it's like, yeah, you should have sold. It's like, pick an org, pick an esports org. They've sold. Whoever you're thinking about, they've sold.
I was trying to like think of someone like one.
They've all sold.
BTH,
except for BTH. So it's
no one wants to buy. They're trying to. They're trying to sell.
So it's like, how the fuck are you going to blame Hector? And so we happen to get the one that goes extremely wrong. Imagine if FaZe sells to their people and they're like, we should drop all of the FaZe creators. Like that was the situation we were in. And like,
I wish Courage never left. We lost Courage because of that.
We lost Courage. And I remember he was he was like talking to me at an event. It was like one of his last, either his last event that he was casting at or like he was visiting. And he was like, dude, I'm excited. He was like, how are things over there? And it was me and Hector looked at each other. We were like,
wait, this is
before he joined.
Oh, really?
He was like, dude, but he was already like being signed, and he was like, dude, I'm so pumped. Like, how is it over there? And I just wanted, and I was like, you know, hopefully it gets better by the time you join.
Mm-hmm.
But it was everything was already just
Courage,
such a shit show.
I remember feeling uncomfortable with how comfortable Courage was when he joined. Because like he joined, he was blowing up, and he was just like, "We do this, let's do this, make this video." Blah. And I think I was just in a like, man, I wish we would have like clutched up and kept him. But I feel like I was in like such bad state that it was just like, I don't know. It was like I looked at him in a way, in like a little negative of a way.
Did you?
Yeah.
I mean, he brought,
and like I like Courage.
Yeah,
I've known
yeah.
Courage forever.
Yeah,
I love Courage. His content's amazing.
Yeah,
but it was like
I can understand that.
He was like he joined, and then it was like boom, he's the big dog.
See what he brought,
and it made me uncomfortable.
He brought a new perspective because I'm a pussy. He brought a new perspective to content for me, because how we always did content in OpTic was, hey, we're doing smooth comp tomorrow. Be awake by noon, and hopefully we'll shoot around like 1:30. And it's like, whenever you're blowing up because like if you're in that, you know, following Ninja to blow up, which is what all those guys did, like Ninja was streaming twice a day and taking a lunch break, and he was streaming for 12 hours a day. So it's like you're on a schedule. Like you have to be live by 3.
Yeah. I think like Courage would like be annoyed if someone's late, or like be annoyed if like something wasn't happening. Like
the biggest issue,
because we weren't organized like that, and it was like it was sloppy.
We had never been organized. We're still, I mean, we're way more organized than we were then, and we're way more organized now than we were in the Scuff House, because it was just like me knocking on you guys' doors at 8 p.m. But Roger was telling me, he was like, Jack is a machine at 100 Thieves.
Yeah, and it was
because Roger worked at 100 Thieves. He was like, if there was a shoot for 12, it was at 11:58, you'd see Jack round the corner at like every single content shoot day.
Yeah.
And he was like, he would get mad at 100 Thieves too. It was like, if they're big creators, I think including even Nade, he would say, if they didn't show up, he'd be like, dude, like I want to be here and I want to shoot this. I want everything to be set up, and then I want to leave. Yeah. Because I got my own shit. Yeah. And I mean, I had never thought of it that way.
I inspired to be more like that, and that's why I was said like I probably wouldn't mind living with like a Paige, Roger, Ellie, because they are more that type of person, and I am and definitely was the complete opposite, and that's why like it made me uncomfortable with it.
With Jack,
yeah. But like I don't think he knew.
No. I remember you telling me at the time.
I have absolutely no problem with Jack. I love Jack.
Yeah,
I would love to see Jack again. I think I saw him not too long ago at the Botez house party or something.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, he was just a fucking horse. He was just a workhorse. And, you know, I'm just cracked out on Addy. I'm getting no sleep.
Yeah.
I'm trying to, like, you know, I'm thinking of any way possible to get out of content to, like, I don't feel good. I'm sick again. Or, like, some shit like that. And, like, we knew he was getting annoyed with shit. Yeah. But he was
getting annoyed for different reasons than you guys were getting annoyed.
Yeah.
And then me on the other side, it's like, I'm like, dude, I get basically fired from the content team. Then I'm showing up to to content as talent, and like none of the shit is set up and none of it's right, and it's breaking. Everything's breaking, and I'm pissed at that. And I think Jack was more pissed at that than he was at than talent not showing up or showing up late. Because if talent doesn't show up, you can still make the shit work. Like if it's a 3v3 video and 3 people dropping into Fortnite and it's you, Jack, and Seth, and Seth doesn't show up, you can still do 2s. But if the actual PS4s don't work, the whole thing is chalked. Yeah. And then Jack's like, well, if we can't shoot this in the next 30 minutes, I'm leaving.
Yeah, sometimes you can definitely improvise. Yeah. But not really on the production side.
Right, not if the hardware doesn't work.
I can't believe me and Jack have that Fortnite 2v2 video. What the fuck? Like, what algorithm did that hit? Dude, because that is not that good of a video.
I got so... Dude, that is the most... That's, to me, that video of you two is the most satisfying video on YouTube to me. Because this is when there was so much... I don't know if I've ever said this on camera. There was so much backlash and turmoil between me personally and the corporate side of Infinite, because I was such a bitch back then. I badmouthed the shit out of everything that was happening because I hated it so much. And then they were like, well, we put faith in our content team and like stuff like that. And I'm like, dude, the content team that you guys have, like, they might be nice people or whatever, but they haven't ever worked inside of like the OpTic culture, so like they don't understand it. And I promise you, I understand it very well. So I told Joe Lane, No Scope Joe. I told him, I was like, here's a video you guys need to do. Jack, who is blowing up right now, and Nick, you were putting in mad hours. You guys should have them play console, like on PS4, and I think it would be funny, or on Xbox at the time, because like console had just become a thing and whatever. And he was like, okay, I'll do it. And then that video took off, and then I remember him being like, dude, the heads of Infinite congratulated me. And then I was like, yeah, that was Hitch's idea. And he said that their faces just dropped and they were pissed. Yeah. And I was like, that. And I remember being like so satisfied.
Yeah. Don't worry, man, I got you. I actually weirdly remember like showing up that day and like sort of recording that video, and I don't think I slept the night before. Showed up, cracked out, but I mean the gameplay doesn't show it because never played on controller before. But yeah, I actually like kind of remember that memory.
Dude, think about all the different like spaces we've had since moving to Dallas. Like we had that first place where like everyone hated, you know what I'm talking about, like with all the offices and stuff. Yeah. And then we had that place where you shot that, which was then like a garage
thing,
which is kind of like this place. Yeah. Then we have, this place, the Hex Quarters, but we also had the house, the B team house, which was like where the Gears of War team played. Do you remember that?
Yeah,
that place.
I forgot about that.
And then we had the house that we all lived at.
And then there was also, wasn't the OpTic B team? Was that a different house than the Gears?
Where
house. Rallied lived?
The same house.
Oh, that was the same house?
Yeah, I think that was the same house. I believe so. Unless like you're talking about like Hypoc and Zob and all that. Yeah. Unless they lived
well, we never
else.
did any content or anything.
Yeah, we didn't do any
But yeah, the
there.
Gears house, holy shit. That's crazy.
It has not been stable until recently. And I feel like we're stable again, and it's like, holy shit. Now things are getting dangerous again. I'm excited.
Yeah. I'm excited
Now all I have to do is learn Spanish. What's the easiest way to learn Spanish in 2 months?
Put on headphones, go to sleep, and listen to, what's that shit called?
When I wake up, I'm just like, buenos dias.
What's the fucking book, or not book, but like the audio thing that everyone listens to? It's like super popular.
Duolingo.
To learn a new language.
Rosetta Stone,
I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, just put that on. You go to sleep and you wake up like.
I feel like that Rosetta Stone shit is a scam. Might not be. Maybe just Americans are lazy.
If anyone learned Spanish, what's the easiest way to learn Spanish?
I want to know how many people out there have learned Spanish without living in Spain or Mexico or somewhere that speaks Spanish. Like, how many people sit down, listen to an audio book or whatever, and they come out after like 2 years of working and they're fluent?
I just want to learn Spanish to like go to Mexico.
Latinas?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah? Well, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And like, I just feel like they know. Actually, no, it would be cool to pretend I'm from like Mexico or something, and I'm just speaking Spanish.
There's a guy.
And they're like, what is this guy? Where is he from here?
Is he albino?
Who's this guy? Is he a rapper?
Dude, there's a guy that I watch on YouTube, and he's just this white as mayonnaise guy, and he knows fluent like Mandarin. So he'll go to like Chinese like shops and stuff.
I've watched that guy. I watched a lot of his videos.
He's like a freak, bro. He knows
he'll walk
lot.
in and be like, "Is this the menu?" And they're like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
They're like, table for one, and then he'll like look at the menu and they'll be like, "Dong ning no."
Yeah, and then he'll just start ordering.
And they're just like,
"What?"
There's like a hidden camera that catches their reaction. Yeah. Just like,
it's so.
And then they'll say more,
dope.
and they'll talk back to him in the language, and they're like, they're like astonished.
Yeah.
Their reactions are fucking amazing.
There was actually another dude, a black dude. He actually passed away, but he knew. He was just like that, but he knew like he was like obsessed with language. So he knew like it had to have been like 20 languages. Like
so hard.
So someone would like say something and he would snap into that language. And he was recording it too. He would record it too.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Crazy.
I feel like I need to learn something new. I haven't learned something new in quite some fucking time.
Dude, if I wasn't so damn lazy. I mean, I'm not lazy, but if I had time, I'd love to learn another language. It's so hard going from English though.
I would love to learn it as well, but I know I'm not willing to like.
Yeah.
It's like going to school again.
It got to a point where I was
you're
like
studying it, or like practicing it.
It's like I think it would be dope to learn it, and then I get to the nosotros, vosotros, and I'm like, okay, maybe not.
Can you roll your R's?
Yeah.
Arriba.
Arriba.
Yo te quiero.
I should have just kept going.
Yo te
if
quiero,
I could go back,
bebecita.
if I could go back and I want to. If I could go back and like tell my parents something, and be like, yo, can you get me to start learning this shit
my
early?
Parents choked. My parents, like, I wish I would have fucking did piano. Honestly, if there was one thing you wish your parents would have forced you to do, so you would have had to learn young and it would stick with you forever, what would it be?
Spanish.
Really?
Because I know you're saying it's between that and piano.
No, I'm saying between like anything.
If
you could pick
for
anything,
me, it would be between that and piano.
Oh, really? Oh, you'd want to learn piano?
Absolutely, bro.
That shit's gangster. So
I'm
like,
just
you can
going
pull
up
up to a
there.
random hotel. It's like, oh, there's an event here. You pull up. There's a piano and the fucking.
Dude, have you ever seen like the people that just like go to those public pianos and they just play the Interstellar song?
Yeah.
It's like, dude,
And everyone
what?
starts crowding around.
Everyone just starts crowding around, like
It's such a
taking photos and stuff.
Yeah, it's such a good way to pick up girls and shit too. It's just like mine would either be, and I don't know why I say that about girls, because I swear I'm the least horny guy. Like, am I? You don't think so?
Who are you lying to?
I talk
to
me. I talk about whether females are attractive or not, but like, I really don't even watch porn like that. I don't even like beat off like that.
You
And
always
it's like,
said that, but like, I think it's deeper than your physical. I think it's ingrained in you.
Deeper in my like it's something.
Because when you get 2 drinks in you, that you start doing this. You're like a cheetah in the grass.
Who yeah. It's like who here would like. I'm like doing math. Like I'm trying to like calculate. Like, all right, she's too good looking. I'd be wasting my time. I'm not drunk enough for that. No, I'm kidding.
Dude.
I guess a little bit when I'm drunk. Also, when I'm drunk, sometimes I'm like, it's crazy how being drunk changes you, because I don't want to fight ever when I'm sober, but if I'm drunk, it's like if something popped off, like, you know, I'd be down. Or it's like I'll talk to a girl that I don't like and just try to hook up with her or whatever happens.
That's just, yeah, it's weird how that works. Dude, I saw a TikTok that was it was this guy. He said, I asked my wife if she has a plan of how to rob a bank, and she said no. And I thought that's crazy. And I started thinking about it, like the way dudes' brains work. I've definitely thought about like how I would rob a bank. So that, but that's not like the actual.
It's like a fantasy of mine.
It's robbing a bank. Dude, I feel like the way guys think, like if you get into a room and you're like, damn, if shit popped off right now, I would take that glass and I would beat him over the head with it and run out the back door.
Bro, dude, when I was walking in the HQ before I did the trivia, I was like walking up to do the trivia. I get out of my car, I'm walking up. This dude, I think he works at Nirvana, was like walking past me. And my thoughts go, what if he just started talking shit to me? Or like he was like, I don't know if he had headphones in, because I just like was looking down on my phone or something. And it sounded like he was like mumbling. I was like, is he saying something to me? I was like, what if he would like just started talking shit to me? I say something back. We get into like a weird argument. He pulls out a knife. I swear to God, I was thinking this. He pulls out a knife. He comes at me. What do I do? I'm thinking all this in my head while walking into the. What would I do if he like we got in an argument? He pulled out a knife. Like I go to fight him. He pulls out a knife or something. Like, do I start running? Then I'm like, yeah, I'd probably just start running. Like I ain't trying to get like. I'll lose my ego. Like I'll just run.
Yeah.
And then I was like, well, but I'm wearing flip flops.
Right.
So it's like, do I kick the flip flops off? And if I kick the flip-flops off and he realizes he can't catch me, would he like take my flip-flop and like try to chuck it somewhere? And I swear to God, I'm looking on top of Nirvana, like where would he throw my sandal? Like I swear to God, I had these thoughts.
Dude.
And then I literally like I got in the freight and I was like, why does my brain go that way?
Dude, I promise you, dudes think that guys just think that way.
Dude, everything I just said is 1,000% true.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, it would be impressive if you just made that all up.
and I even saw like a little ledge like on the above Nirvana. You'll see it if you go back. But I'm like, he would have to have like really nice aim to like. Like, yeah, he goes to stab me, I run away, but I leave my sandals fly off, so he's like,
dude, you know
this is the only way I can get this guy back.
There's just some guy that was walking out of Nirvana today, has no
just like having a good day,
just
probably listening to music, like humming lyrics. And I was like, wait, is he saying something?
You've had this whole fantasy.
And he thinks I didn't pay him no mind. He thinks I didn't say a goddamn word, or he thinks I didn't even notice him. I'm like, head down, like, I don't know, scrolling my phone or something. Little does he know.
You just had this
I had an entire
scenario.
Yeah.
Dude, that happens all the time. Like, I'll be at like a restaurant and I like look at the people next to us and I'm like, maybe, you know, what if they just like freaked out? I'm like, what would I do? I'm like, I don't think this knife is big enough. Like, and then I'm like, but the fork, I think I could throw the fork. Yeah. If I throw the fork, it could, you know, I think that shit all the time.
And you're thinking that, and then, but like you're just like kind of looking at the menu, but in your head that entire shit's going on. And then the like waitress comes over, like, can I start you off with something to drink? Yeah, I'll take and then it's just they have no idea. What's.
That's why that's the kind of stuff that I don't think girls think about. And in that TikTok, like
I wonder what's there that. Like
they're thinking, I wonder what he's thinking about. I wonder, does he still like me? I wonder if he. That's what they're thinking
Probably.
about.
Yeah, that's definitely in there. But I wonder if
we're just like, if he storms me, I'm gonna stab him in the nose with a fork.
Yeah. I wonder if damn, what are their thoughts like?
What do girls? The thing is, I think girls like want to know what we're thinking about, but I don't want to know. I don't want to know what they're. It seems too chaotic. It seems too like stressful. I'd rather think about scenarios that aren't going to happen, and like how I'm the hero of that story because I ran away from a guy who threw my flip flop on the roof.
Yeah.
I don't want to think about.
I don't want to know someone else's.
I don't want to know
thoughts. Like I'll be all right
girls.
not knowing.
Yeah, I'm good.
But girls always want to know.
They always want to. I bet you, even if they went into our brains and thought and got our thoughts, they would be massively disappointed. They don't, because it's so.
It would bore them.
We would bore them. They'd be like, "Why are you robbing? Why are you robbing this bank?" It's like, it's not about the why. It's, I know I can. I know I can. If I turned a corner in life and became a bank robber, I'd be able to do it.
That's what I like. I feel like there's a evil sort of genius deep down, like to where like robbing a bank or. I mean, I've definitely thought of robbing a bank, but I don't know how.
Like hiding a body.
Hiding a body. If I killed someone, like, would I tell anyone? No. I've already like established that if I kill someone, I'm not telling anyone.
Right. Yeah. I'm not telling anyone either, unless I absolutely need someone's help.
And it's like, would I be able to chop them up? Fucking yeah. Where am I hiding them? Like, if you tie bricks to them, throw them in the river.
Who are you telling?
Are they sinking?
If you get into a situation where there's a body and you have to hide it, who are you? And you have to tell someone. Who are you calling?
Probably my mom.
Your mom?
Would I want that on her?
I would call my mom too, but I wouldn't want to put the burden on her.
Yeah.
Do you call Hex? Hex is a good option, but you can't. I don't want to put the burden on him either, because then I
wouldn't mind putting the burden on him, but it's just like Hex talks too much.
He does,
and I'm like, I don't know.
Plus, like,
I'm like, one day this might come out of his mouth.
I would be like,
I don't know if there's
like,
a soul.
if I get away with, if I don't get away with it, it's my face that's plastered everywhere, and I get that. I can't have me and Hex. I can't have Hector's.
So what are you saying? If you kill say you kill someone, you're like, fuck, I got to get rid of this body.
Right. But
call
it's on
someone
accident.
to help, or call someone
to help.
Oh,
get rid of it. Like you know those like those mysteries where it's like, oh, it's been a lifelong secret between two brothers. There's, Jimmy Bob is buried in this construction site.
Yeah. Damn, who?
It's like, who do you trust?
I feel like there's gotta be one. I really don't like.
I think Blake would probably help me. But if Blake helped me, he would probably, he wouldn't ever.
He would lose his shit. He would be psychotic the rest of his life.
You think so? He wouldn't ever hold it over my head, but he would let me know. Where it's like, hey, do you want to go to the soccer game? Like, no, I don't want to go. He'd be like, okay, yeah, like I'll go.
It's like, I think you owe me one. So we're gonna go. I don't know, man. If there was fucking,
I don't know. That's a good question. I
it's
think
something to think about.
That's something that every guy should think about.
Something to think about. It'd be good to know, just in case. Fuck, I don't know.
I would say Alexis, but like in the middle of moving the body, her blood sugar would go down, and like I can't have that. We can't have that.
I ain't gonna lie, both of my last two exes, I feel like I would like. Good? I feel like they were like so down for me that like Linda damn near hit my body. No, I'm kidding.
She did. No, I'm kidding. She for sure did.
Yeah, she held it down. Yeah, Yoga Bay would have held it down.
That's so funny. Linda damn near hit.
I feel like I would trust them more. Fuck, I don't know.
You can't go to an ex though.
Yeah. Oh fuck no.
No. You're saying that?
Hell no.
Hey,
not an ex, but at the time maybe. Yeah, I don't know if I got any.
Yeah, we'll have that for episode 41.
Yeah,
we'll have that. We'll have that locked in.
Yeah, you guys think about it now.
No, it's a good. I bet you people have started thinking about it.
Or like, what is some of y'all's fucking weirdo like?
Yeah.
Because I ain't gonna lie, I have like I genuinely do have like a bank robbery fantasy.
Yeah.
I think I was literally thinking of it today. Like there was like, I don't remember the other two, but there was like 3 different options of like, what are my fantasies? One would be to rob a bank. And then I had 2 others, but I forgot them. I'll try to think of them for the next episode.
Hopefully that's like the chillest one. The bank robbing. I just think it was funny. I just thought it was, TikTok does that where it's like, oh wait, what's the thing that they say on TikTok? It was like, I've never had a unique thought. Like you see that in the comments all the time. It's because there's so many things that like people do on TikTok where you're like, oh shit, other people do that too. And that's one of those. Because then one of the comments was like, I asked my husband thinking like, there's no way people, because he's a very upstanding citizen. It was like, you've never thought about robbing a bank. And then he proceeded to tell me his entire plan to rob a bank. And I was like, oh shit, like other guys think this too.
Dude, yeah, TikTok has hella videos like that to where they'll just point out something that you never thought about. Yes. I wish I could think of one right now, but they'll like point out something.
The one is like how you cup your thing in the shower you cup your hand next to your chest in the shower to fill it up with water and then you let it go. I do that. That's like, or the funniest ones. The funny ones are like, let's confuse the girls, or girls will be like, let's confuse the boys, and they do. I've never
seen the let's confuse the boys. I have seen the girls where it's like they'll take water in a sink and like it's like, what are they doing?
The girl ones are funny too, because I genuinely have no idea what's happening.
I'm about to search that up because I've never seen that one.
Let's confuse the boys. Yeah, well, I'm glad the Flycast is back. I am toasty under this.
Yeah,
I need to get out of this.
Yeah, I'm comfy. I've been comfy all podcast before like that. Well, I don't know about the first 10 minutes of fucking changing my position every 2 seconds. But yeah, this is I think this is this the permanent set?
I think so. I
like it here. I feel like I wouldn't want to do another Flycast without a couch and blankets.
It has to be a couch from now on.
All right, man. Well, I hope you guys enjoy the Flycast as well. Feels good, man. It feels good.
It feels good.
Feels good to be alive again. I feel so alive. I've been saying that lately. Before we go, I did want to ask you one thing. Do we have any outro music?